As someone who grew up being called ugly and not fitting into any beauty standard, it's so hard for me to like take a compliment, like to accept a compliment. When someone says I'm pretty, the first thing that comes to my mind is, really? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I hate that for me because it makes me come across as so insecure. But that's just like a trauma response because my brain can't seem to comprehend that somebody finds me pretty or beautiful. And this started when I was younger. Like people would come up to my parents, they would be like, "Oh, your child, is that a girl or a boy?" And my dad would get so angry. Like people would literally say to my parents' face that, "Oh, if only she looked like her mother, she would be so much prettier." To the point where my parents had to like pierce my ears for people to be able to like identify me as a girl. Like, it's so weird. I have this friend, and whenever I would go to class last year, she would be like, "Oh, Mihlali, I was saying, Mhlana, you look so beautiful." And like, I would be like, "Really?" Or I would say, "Oh, now we're all mhle." And she told me, "Mihlali, you need to learn how to take a compliment. Like, if someone says something nice about you, just learn to like take it in, accept it. You don't have to say nice, something nice back. You don't have to, but I'm still struggling with it. I'm still struggling with it. And the reason why this is like crossing my mind right now is because someone told me today, "You're so beautiful." Like, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful." And the first thing that came out of my mouth is, "Really?" And I really hate that for myself.
I feel like I haven't seen anyone on this app talk about how hard it is to be unattractive. Like, being unattractive is so depressing. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just really depressing. Like, for me, I feel like being unattractive has made my self-esteem like really low. It's made my self-worth really low. I don't get as many opportunities as other people get. And then just like the whole relationship factor piece to it. Like, I really, really want to be in a relationship. Like, more than anything in the world. That's the one thing that's been missing from my life for a really long time. And I just feel like it's never going to happen for me. One, because of where I live, but two, because I'm not like conventionally pretty. My body is not tea. Like, I just feel like I don't look good. And to just like carry that with you every single day is really hard. To feel like you're not worthy. It just sucks.
Ugly women, they ain't gonna find no true love. I promise you. Ask any ugly woman. Have you ever found true love, man? Nope. So you can't find true love if you true ugly. You gotta do better. Get up in the morning, brush them teeth, put that makeup on, do your hair. Okay? Draw on them eyebrows, contour them cheekbones, put on some lotion, spray some perfume, take a bath, take a shower. Okay? Take off that bonnet. Wear an outfit, not a t-shirt. I'm just being honest. People can say I'm mean, but they can't say I'm not being. They can't say it's not true what I'm telling y'all. Okay? How are you gonna get on the screen talking about you looking for true love and true love is not looking for you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Y'all call me delusional? Okay. I'm just checking. Because some of y'all be looking like who did it and why and looking for true love. True love is running from you. Okay?
I want to talk about one of my more radical opinions, and this is really an opinion that gets both men and women pretty mad at me. And I think I'm all right because I know the men are mad, and once men disagree, I'm like, hell yeah. So I want to talk about how beauty is a form of patriarchal oppression and how it is a sign of internalized misogyny. Disclaimer,
I want people to understand that I also perform beauty. I am not above the systems that are within society. I'm not God. I'm not. I am just a girl living in the same patriarchal world that everyone is living in, the same capitalistic world that everyone is living in. I am not going to fly above the systems. I just want to talk about it because I understand that I perform it, or that women perform it, as a sign of survival. It is a survival tactic. And another thing I usually get told when I talk about this is that we can also judge men's looks too, and men also have standards too. Yes, which is fine and good, but women are disproportionately affected more by the consequences of not performing the ideal beauty. Like in capitalism, women are the target audience of the beauty industry. The beauty industry specifically targets women because the beauty industry and capitalism, which is ingrained with patriarchy, understands that that is the role that women are supposed to play. You know what's so funny to me is that we all know that the role we have been given as women in the patriarchy is to be beautiful, like women specifically. And that's why we have phrases such as like, oh, you're too pretty for this. Or when someone has like a weird opinion, to be like, oh, they're not even that pretty to be talking like that. Or when someone has like, moves on to someone's like, oh, I'm prettier than her. Because we understand that the role that women are usually given in patriarchy in all situations is to look good. I think, first of all, as a human being, you're not supposed to be ugly. Like, you're not allowed to be ugly. But as a woman especially, you understand that your humanity is only afforded to you if you are palatable to the male gaze, if you are palatable to patriarchal oppression. Like, if men do not find you attractive, you are not going to be seen as human. You're not going to be seen as feminine enough. Like, femininity lies within beauty, and then humanity lies within your performance of this beauty. And that's why I call it a survival tactic, because it is something that you need to do. In what world is waxing hair from follicle, from your skin, rational? In what world is spending hours and hours on your appearance rational? Because the thing is, in our society today, the worst thing you can be as a woman is ugly. That is the worst thing you could ever be. There's a certain worth that has been dedicated to beauty within patriarchy and capitalism that is nonsensical. It literally does not matter what you look like. I'm just like, there's so many things that are way worse that you could be. There is so many things that are way worse that you could be as a person. And not even as a woman, as a person. You could be rude, disrespectful, you could insult someone, you could be racist, you could be all these different things. But sometimes people will just be like, oh my God, like, she's not pretty enough to have that opinion. I'm like, who cares what the person looks like? Literally, who cares what the person looks like? They're a bad person. And this belief is so, like, crazy because there's pretty privilege. Like, people will literally look at someone who is someone, and you're going to be like, oh, but they were so good looking. What are you talking about? Like, beauty is part of this patriarchal system. It's part of this capitalist system, and we literally all just need to let it go. Like, genuinely.
For my ugly / conventionally unattractive girls, I have a question. How do you find the confidence to keep being yourself and keep being you, day to day, despite everything you see in the media and like around you in life in general? I feel like my self-confidence, especially since I've moved here, keeps wavering. Some days I'm like, oh, I like myself. But then other days I'm like, oh, I don't really like the way I look. And I'm getting very tired of this. I'm getting tired of the way my brain is trying to make me feel. I turn 25 next month. 25 years is too many years to feel this way about myself. I feel like I've had enough. And whilst I feel like I don't care about what people, perceive me or what they think of me, I feel like it's me, myself, and how I see my reflection that's just been affecting me. And I've been doing things to change that, but I feel like I can be doing a lot more. I think another thing is that I feel as if I wait for permission to do certain things. I don't know if it's a youngest Nigerian child thing, but I feel like that's also holding me back a lot. Like, I've been not super attractive for 25 years now. I just feel like my brain should be, used to it and not keep telling me things about myself. But it still does. I'm trying to get it to stop. And I know therapy would most likely help me. but I cannot afford that right now. I'm going to a day party tomorrow, and at first I was kind of excited, but now I'm just dreading it because I just know how I'll start to think and how I will start to feel. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm tired of this. I just want to change here. If someone can take out my brain and do some little like surgeries and then put it back, that'll be good. Or you can take out my eyeballs and I can put other eyeballs that I can see myself. So hopefully that will change the way I perceive myself. Either way, I want to really focus this next year on changing myself and bettering myself. I don't know if I should document that. And also, before anyone comments, oh, but you're not, you don't look, this video is not for that. I just wanted to yap and get this off my chest.
Maybe you're not pretty. So what? I'm a horrible woman and I make content for other horrible women, and my objective is not to convince you that you are in fact pretty or to reassure you that you're attractive or to try and expand the definition of beauty to include you. My end game is to hopefully get you to care less about whether you're attractive or not, and to hopefully make you angry about how much mental space and emotional energy you've been conditioned to put into the topic. I don't know if you guys understand how serious I am about being a horrible, mean woman, but I really am, because when women talk to me about feeling like they're ugly, I have the same impulse to assure them that they're not, but my preferred response is, maybe you are ugly, so what? And even for a self-described horrible woman, I know this seems really harsh, but the truth is that I don't think the solution to us as women being overly preoccupied with whether or not we're attractive is to constantly be reassuring ourselves and each other that we are attractive. It's to stop caring about whether or not we're attractive. And I know this is a lot easier said than done, but like a lot of things, it gets easier if you get mad about it. We're not born with an innate predisposition to being overly concerned with superficial things or obsessing over the minute details of our appearance. Most men, when they have a breakout, not reaching for the concealer to cover it up, and that's mostly not because they've gone on a self-help journey where they've learned how to love their acne, and if they even thought about it, they probably don't like it very much, but they don't feel the need to do anything about it because it's not taking up a bunch of space in their heads. And the reason that it's not is not because men are more high-minded than women, it's because they haven't been conditioned into the idea that this is of supreme importance to them. They're allowed to just be in whatever state they're in. And that's what I want for women. I want us to be free to be, and to be not so burdened by concerns about our appearance. And I think a solution that involves learning to love the way you look or learning to see yourself as beautiful is kind of unachievable for a lot of people, and then when we struggle with it, it just deepens the feelings of inadequacy that we have, and also it kind of gives credibility to the idea that beauty is important. And I think that it would be more helpful to us to think about whether or not we're beautiful less. Being preoccupied with our looks because we think they're not good enough to being preoccupied with our looks because we're trying to reinterpret them as good enough is still just being preoccupied with our looks. I think what might be more productive and achievable is recognizing that you are living in a rigged system that has had to condition you into seeing how you look as a matter of supreme importance, so that you will put mental space, emotional energy, and material resources into the matter. And get pissed off about it, because getting to a place of self-love might be really difficult, but getting angry at a system set up to screw you over and refusing to think the way it wants you to think can be really motivating, or at least I've found it to be. You don't have to love yourself in order to stubbornly refuse to hate yourself. And I know, again, all of this is so much easier said than done, but it's definitely helped me, because I spent most of my adolescence and young adult life refusing to wear shorts because I thought there was something wrong with the way my legs looked. And I live in a really hot part of the world as well, so I was unnecessarily uncomfortable and hindered for a lot of my life over a really superficial thing. And the thing that ultimately helped me get free of this was not deciding that actually my legs were beautiful or expanding the definition of beauty to include them. It was confronting the possibility that I might have really unsightly, unattractive legs that don't fit the beauty standard, but so what? Even if there is something wrong with my legs, I still have as much right as anybody else to move around the world dressed for comfort and to be free of the burden of obsessing over them. The path to freedom for me was not learning to think more positively or more kindly about my legs. It was getting really annoyed at how much I was burdened by thinking about my legs and deciding on principle to try not to think about my legs. And now I'm in my 30s and it's just normal for me to not think about my legs, and I live in shorts.